Anything?
I would not be pursuing medical expenses if they were not guaranteed by the defendant.
Then he should pay them. I'm not ordering him to pay him. I'm not ordering him to pay him. He's not responsible for the dog biting you. You're responsible for the dog biting you. You know, I'm usually in sync with the person who is a victim of a dog attack. But if you're being a jerk around a dog and want to give a dog a hug, then if the dog doesn't understand that you're trying to hug him instead of hurt him, that's not the dog's fault, it's your fault. Anyway, your case is dismissed. We're done.
Why is that excused? You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
He was trespassing. I even myself told him not to mess with my dog, and he continued to mess with my dog.
Well, it is what it is. I got bit.
Because he wanted to sue my parents, and who's going to be with somebody that wants to sue their parents over something so petty?
No, I mean, things happen.
Who tries to roughhouse with a 100-pound dog? For one, especially there, he's not vicious.
I had to go receive surgery, you know, cosmetically and medically.
Even after the incident occurred, he came up and had the dog lick him in the face, so...
I had evictions from my house, medical bills, late bills, missed work, all that garbage.
And also, he didn't decide to sue until my daughter broke up with him, so I think it's kind of a vengeance case more than anything else.
The defendant guaranteed that I would get my medical expenses paid for, and it didn't happen that way.
Honestly, it would have been me, and if I'd been in that situation, I probably would have acted like a man.
Done and over with now.
And just took the responsibility upon myself because I would have been in the wrong.
I got scars in my heart and scars in my ear.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Noah Fairber.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome into a Monday evening that's been full of snow flurries and sprinkles and ice pellets and cold air and breezes. We've got all that.
Hey, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right.
Maybe.
Whatever. I trust you.
Arguing with the weather guy.
I said I trust you.
Right here. Oh, okay.
I said I trust you.
No, maybe you didn't see it, and maybe some of you didn't see it, but it's been out there in a few spots. In fact, there it is on radar, and all of that is being picked up by the radar as snow flurries or snow showers. Now, not everything is hitting the ground, but there have been reports once you get north or east of Bowling Green, that certainly has been the case today, especially up toward places like Litchfield and E-Town and on over toward the Bluegrass Parkway area. Live cam from downtown showing a beautiful sky, mix of clouds and the setting sun and very breezy conditions, and that will continue on into early this evening after a high of 43 very early this morning. Since then, the temperatures have been falling, and look where they're going to fall tonight as skies clear. 19 with a northwest wind at 7. The rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
Our top story tonight, the Barron County School District is looking to fight food insecurity just in time for the holiday season. News 40's Michael Ridgway spent some time at Barron County High School this weekend, where staff were preparing for deliveries to BCSD families.
You know, a lot of our families come in and volunteer and do a variety of things throughout the year, and Christmas can be very stressful. So this is just a way for us just to demonstrate, like I said, that love and to give something back.
In the wee hours of the morning, Barron County staff members are up doing their part to show the school system cares, even when school isn't in session, a service that can go a long way for some families.
Actually, 1 in 4 students eat their last meal at school every day, and that's a statistic that's specific to Barron County. And so if you think about that, 25% of our population is having breakfast and lunch at school, and then they're going home and not eating breakfast and lunch until the next day at school. So when you think about a Christmas break, that's a long time to go and be food insecure.
But overall, this program is an act of love.
And I try to make sure that that is the very first thing that I say. This has not got anything to do with whether you can or you cannot. It's not about the have or the have-nots. It's about giving something back and not letting us miss out on a blessing. We want to give something back. We want to bless you and your family. Maybe you don't need it, but maybe you know a neighbor or an elderly or a shut-in person or another family that maybe we haven't, we failed to think about that could use it.
The food drive, started years ago by the biomedical science students at Barron County, has gone on to foster a lot of emotions in the community.
I think the most impactful thing of this project is not only being able to deliver food to families, but also giving our students the opportunity to give back to their community. My students specifically, they've made various comments to me over the last 2 weeks of how helpful and how beneficial they think this project is. Students here at Barron County, I really think that they take care of our own.
In Barron County, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
Staying in Barron County, over the weekend, the Glasgow Police Department got a report of a burglary at the Southgate Plaza Houchins store. According to the department, there were signs of forced entry through the back door, and the suspect or suspects were also able to make away with some cash after locating drawers that were put up for the night. The department said it was in the early morning hours of Friday, December 15th. Scottsville had some break-ins as well within the same time frame, and Glasgow police say it's been a trend during the years for miscreants to make more than one stop.
Right now, we are following up with, taking leads from private citizens. We also reached out to Scottsville Police Department, the Metcalfe County Sheriff Department. We're all working together to try to solve this case and hopefully prevent any future burglaries or break-ins.
Scottsville police reported that in their town, McDonald's was burglarized as well. The thieves took some money but failed to obtain any cash at a First Bank ATM and the Food Lion that they broke into. If you have any information, you are encouraged to reach out to the Scottsville Police Department, Glasgow Police Department, or the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Office. For many, it may seem like a no-brainer to look for medical information on the internet or even on social media. But in many cases, that information may not be accurate or even true. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more and joins us in the studio tonight with more details.
Although there is good information out there on social media, most medical professionals would not recommend getting your medical advice from social media. But I have heard from a pediatrician in Louisville that is working to change that. Take a look.
My name is Dr. Heather Felton. I am a board-certified pediatrician.
At Norton Children's Hospital in Louisville, Dr. Heather Felton has started giving sound medical advice via TikTok in order to fight medical misinformation online.
This is the direction that we're going in, at least for right now. And so we can try to push back on it and probably be unsuccessful, but we can also embrace it. And so that's why I'm on social media. That's why I talk to other healthcare providers about putting good information on social media so that it can be there for people when they go there to look for it.
This sort of if you build it, they will come mindset has led her to amass a sizable following and has given more people access to sound medical advice for free.
I think it's a lot of fun personally. It's a chance to be very creative and you can interact with people. It's also nice because there are talks that I give in an exam room like this 30 times a day, but I can record that little conversation, that spiel that I usually give, and it can get 30,000 views in a day.
Felton wants more medical professionals to use the tools available to them online by putting out sound, fact-checked information for people to use in their day-to-day lives to hit back at misinformation.
If you are in healthcare, liking, sharing, posting, commenting on those kinds of videos, even if you aren't making content, can also help to push that information out to more people. And so all of us working together can help to disseminate good healthcare information out to the public.
Felton is known for posting her sources online so that viewers can check her work. She recommends looking into who is reposting the medical content on social media and to see if other medical professionals are interacting with the account.
All right, Tucker. In state news now, we've seen the countless homes, businesses, and places of worship that were all destroyed in the violent storms that swept through western Kentucky 2 years ago. An Owensboro artist has spent hundreds of hours making sure one impacted church is rebuilt in all its former glory. Liz DeSantis reports.
When EF4 winds hit Bethlehem Baptist Church in Bremen 2 years ago, only one thing was able to be saved: a set of 3 glass windows from the back of the church.
When they sent me pictures of what they had, the question was, can we save it?
Scott Pointer owns the glass factory in Owensboro. He says he's been working to restore the glass to its former glory.
I just kind of analyzed, and I said we can do that.
Luckily, the damage wasn't too severe.
So they were kind of protected by a wall that was in front of them from debris.
The process of repairing the windows will take 10 months of painstaking work, tracing the original design and taking it apart piece by piece.
We start at one corner once all the glass is cut out, and we start our build from here, and we build out this way.
Pointer says he's now more than halfway done. He says when he delivered the first set of panels, the reaction was more than he could have imagined.
People were running over to look at them, and we're going to have something that was original from the church.
While work is underway in Bremen to bring the congregation back into a new home, the church has experienced some setbacks.
And then all that wind came, it blew all the trusses down, and the new church imploded. So they had to start all over again.
When churchgoers finally get to step foot in their new building, Pointer says he's glad they'll have a piece of their history waiting to greet them.
It's something that they walk in, and that's what you see, because when the light shines in on these on a Sunday morning, it's amazing.
Still to come on News 40 at 5, new therapies for sickle cell disease have recently been approved. We'll have more details on what this means for those who have the disease in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back with a full look at our forecast. There's a little bit of snow in northern Kentucky. Will we see any in south central Kentucky? Find out next.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
My darling granddaughter, this camera was given to me when I was your age. May it capture your big, beautiful life the way it did mine.
It's so surprising what the little things can do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody...
Oh, Merry Christmas, Grandma.
BG Home Furnishings is the best place to shop and work. We stay motivated with daily massages.
It is just like the North Pole around here. Santa and his elves are delivering daily. We could make a calendar out of our delivery team. Meet Mr. November, always smiling and ready to deliver your sofa. For over 40 years, we are proud to be a locally owned and operated business. We are so thankful for the continued support of our community.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day, News 40 sunrise way. I'm waking up my day, WNKY. Yeah, weather on the force to get you out the door. I'm waking up my day, the News 40 sunrise way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
This December, Kelly's All New. The holidays are in full swing with merry guests. Do you get into Christmas?
Yes.
When I say I decorate for Christmas, I'm slightly unhinged. And all the festivities. We're hooking everyone in the audience up. It's a Holly Jolly Kelly. Oh my God, this is dangerous. I do not need another dog.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, I couldn't help but notice, you've already mentioned it earlier too, snow in the north. I don't think we'll get any in the south, but I'll leave it to you to be the decider on that.
There have been a few that have seen some minor snow pellets, snow flakes. It hasn't been any big deal. Didn't think it was going to be. Not around here. It's not until you get up past Louisville, Lexington, northern Kentucky, central Kentucky. That's where they have seen these occasional snow showers and snow squalls as we've gone through the day, and now the temperature is dropping, and there's still a chance that we could see some of that, as you can see, encroaching on the Bowling Green area. All of this is coming down from the north and west. The radar algorithm at times tries to determine whether this is snow or could it be a mix. That's why you see it change to kind of a purple pinkish hue there, and then goes back to the blue, which indicates snow. So it doesn't mean everything's hitting the ground, but it means it's possible that you could see a snow flurry or two with some of the clouds that we're seeing right now. And this beautiful live shot from our new AAA Systems live cam downtown Bowling Green, looking at Cherry Hall in the campus of Western Kentucky University. It has been a very blustery day and a cold one at that. And we have dropped to 36 now at the airport, with the wind chill at 28, with that northwest wind at 11, and a very dry atmosphere. Look at that dew point already at 15 and falling. It's probably going to be pretty close to where we land for an overnight low tonight, with a very stable atmosphere and high pressure in control. Everybody across the Kentucky Mesonet network in the 30s. And then when you factor in the winds coming out of the northwest at 11, 13, 15, 18 miles per hour, this is the way it feels. The wind chill factor making it feel like it's in the low to mid 20s, upper 20s in a couple of other spots. And the winds are going to continue this afternoon and this evening with that upper level wave that is causing some of the snow showers and the flurries, but all that will move out and clear out tonight. High pressure takes over and settles in over the deep south over the next couple of days. We've got to wait until this thing moves a little further east so that we can get a more southerly flow in here. That's when it's going to warm up, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to set due south of us and just move very little at all. We may see a few clouds mixing with the sunshine as we get into Wednesday, but the trough that's out there is finally going to move away and move east of us. We've just got to wait on this system to move east, but then you see another one back there to the west on the west coast. While we start to warm up the next couple of days, that's the storm to watch for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, which could bring us windy and wet weather. Not necessarily stormy, we're not going there yet, but it will be wet and windy for this Christmas this year. 19 tonight, clearing and very cold, and then tomorrow we only make it up to 42, 52, and then warmer after that as winter officially begins Thursday at 56, and then the rains coming in for the weekend, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It looks like Christmas Day, Monday, a week from today, will be wet and windy around here. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
Shop at Fireline Guns and Knives this Christmas. Check out our selection of firearms, knives, candles, coffee, concealed carry purses, and more. Follow us on Facebook for weekly deals and rebate offers. Fireline Guns and Knives in Glasgow.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
Severe weather can happen at any moment. WNKY News 40 Weather is here to prepare you before the storm hits. On air, online, and on your phone, News 40 keeps you safe and weather aware. Severe weather coverage powered by Buck Electric.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
For nearly 90 years, Ford's Furniture has been serving the home decorating needs of this area.
We're a family-owned and operated business, and we strive to provide quality products with the absolute best in friendly service.
At this special time of year, all of us at Ford's want to thank you for shopping with us in the past and look forward to serving all of your home decorating needs for many years to come.
From the entire Ford's family and team, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
December, Kelly's all new. This is dangerous. I do not need another dog.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
bit of breaking news. The famous Toastery Bowl just wrapped up, and after a valiant comeback from 35-14 down, the WKU Hilltoppers defeated the Old Dominion Monarchs by a final score of 38-35 in overtime. Lucas Carnero won the game with the 29-yard field goal. We'll have more details on News 40 at 6, but for now, to health news, it could be a new era of treatments for genetic conditions. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration recently approved new therapies for sickle cell disease. In today's Health Minute, more on the new treatments and what they could mean for the future of this disease. It's been a long time coming. Newly FDA-approved therapies for sickle cell disease are shining a light of hope on a long-neglected illness.
This is a huge thing.
Dr. Beth Stinger with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta treats pediatric patients with sickle cell disease. The illness is a group of inherited red blood cell disorders which causes the red blood cells to become hard and sticky and crescent in shape,
which then blocks blood vessels, particularly very small blood vessels all through the body, leading to painful episodes and organ damage over the lifetime of an individual with sickle cell disease.
Up until now, the only cure for the disease has been a bone marrow or stem cell transplant, but it can be risky and doesn't always work. The new therapies take away the need for a donor. Casgevy uses a technique to alter a patient's stem cells, while Lyfgenia is a cell-based gene therapy using a gene delivery vehicle for genetic modification.
Both of the clinical trials that led to these two products' FDA approval showed dramatic decrease in the number of painful episodes that these patients are having.
The new treatments won't make sickle cells go away. The hefty price tag and extensive hospital stay may not allow access to all.
I think as with any kind of new and expensive thing in medicine, they do get cheaper and better over time.
A food recall you need to be aware of. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is alerting consumers to a massive chicken recall. Simmons Prepared Foods Incorporated is recalling more than 26,000 pounds of TGI Fridays boneless chicken bites products. The products may be contaminated with pieces of clear, hard plastic. There have been no reports of injuries, but the chicken bites items were produced on October 3rd and shipped to retail locations nationwide. The recall covers the 15-ounce cartons of TGI Fridays boneless chicken bites honey barbecue chicken. It's a special Christmas for a Kentucky man and his family. He was searching for a match for a kidney, and as it turns out, the perfect donor was already close to him. Megan Mannery reports.
After a decade managing life with a rare kidney disease, Stu Silberman learned that his kidney function had dropped to 15%. His kidneys were failing.
So I was a mess.
In the spring, doctors urged him to find a living kidney donor. He knew time was of the essence, but that didn't make it any easier.
You don't really feel like you should ask anyone. It's such a personal decision for a person to make.
So he took to Facebook, hoping someone would feel called to help.
During that process, I mean, it was so heartwarming seeing the people come forward. You know, reconnecting with old friends and making a lot of new friends along the way. I mean, there were people who came forward who I didn't even know.
As friends, colleagues, even strangers came forward, someone already in his corner spoke up. It was his daughter, Tracy.
When she first called us to tell us that she wanted to do it, she said, now I won't take no for an answer.
After originally being deferred, an additional test in August led the Mayo Clinic to approve Tracy as a donor match. In November, Tracy gave her dad the gift of life. The transplant was a success.
You can't put it into words. I am so grateful. And I hardly know what to say. My other two daughters just tease the heck out of her and say, she's now the favorite daughter.
That teasing sure to continue when the family gets together for Christmas. And Stu wouldn't have it any other way.
I wasn't sure how many more Christmases were going to be there. So this one's pretty special.
Still to come on News 40 at 5, the United States is continuing their support for Israel. We'll have the latest details from the conflict with Hamas right after this.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Right now, a brand new move-in ready Jayco home is more affordable than you might think. Jayco Homes has the gift of a low 5.5% 30-year fixed interest rate that's guaranteed for the life of your loan. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable throughout the year with our exclusive Energy Smart technology. Find your dream home today at jaycohomes.com. Yes, you really can be home for the holidays.
Diversified Electrical is now hiring. Positions include electrician, electrician assistant, and job foreman. Pay range is $18 to $55 per hour. Insurance, holiday pay, vacation, and more great benefits available. Find out more at diversifiedelectrical.com.
Shop Fruit of the Loom Brand Shop Outlet for the best last-minute gift ideas this holiday. Plus, this week, save 25% off throughout the store. Find WKU and UK fan gear, sportswear, basketballs, and more, all 25% off through Christmas Eve.
When tornadoes struck Kentucky, News 40 showed the recovery. When local schools held a future teacher signing day, News 40 was there.
I'd be the first in my family to go to college, the first in my family that if I work hard that I'd be able to graduate.
Glasgow hands out hope for the holidays. News 40 brings the story. As new storm shelters arrive in Bowling Green, News 40 has the details.
WNKY News 40, because local matters.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
The U.S. says its support for Israel in the war against Hamas is, quote, ironclad. But still, the Biden administration is urging Israel to do more to protect civilian lives. Skylar Henry has more details from the White House.
Hamas released a new video showing 3 of the 129 hostages it's holding. Hamas says it will not negotiate their return until the fighting stops. Israel says the fighting will not stop until the hostages are safe.
By the end of the war, as long as it takes, we need to make sure that we have our hostages back, that we eliminate the Hamas abilities.
Israeli leaders met with U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin Monday. He reiterated American support for Israel in its war against Hamas, but the U.S. wants Israel to do more for the civilians caught in the crossfire.
We will also continue to urge the protection of civilians during conflict and to increase the flow of humanitarian aid into Gaza.
Secretary Austin said America is not trying to dictate timelines for Israel's military, but the U.S. is still urging Israel to quickly reach the next phase of its war.
We also have some great thoughts about how to transition from high-intensity operations to a lower intensity and more surgical operations.
Israel says they are working to clear Hamas out of Gaza bit by bit.
In every area where we achieve our mission, we will be able to transition gradually to the next phase and start working on bringing back local population.
Israel says it has no plans to control Gaza when the war is over.
Stay tuned because we'll have a final check of your forecast when we return.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
Stella uses AT&T. Abby has Spectrum One. With AT&T, Stella pays $110 a month for her internet and mobile.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
Abby saves big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store to get Spectrum One.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Do you like hash browns? What about Schlitz? If so, we're Opossum Hollow.
Don't miss us this weekend.
On Marquee Backstage.
This Hilltopper win was such a big comeback. We had to invite News 40's Maxwell Trink to the desk to talk about it.
Yeah, I had to run in here because that was crazy. I was helping out behind the scenes. Of course, you can check out a couple of footage, like first half footage. We'll have more at 6 and of course 10 o'clock. Patrick's there. Look at the fantastic job that he was able to do. And of course, Caden Veldkamp coming into this game. You see right now, Turner Helton a little bit of a struggle in this one early on. But the Bowling Green native, the South Warren champion, state champion, comes in with over 350 passing yards off the bench, 52 passing attempts, and he led the team in rushing yards too. Just a crazy game, one of the greatest bowl games, and probably the only ever famous Toastery Bowl, and it will definitely go down in history as a fantastic bowl game for sure.
That was just an incredible win, probably one of the greatest ever in Western history. I would
Not
say.
only Western, just NCAA
Just NCAA
history.
to come back like they did was just wow.
No, incredible stuff.
Yeah, the 2014 Bahamas Bowl and now the 2023 famous Toastery Bowl. It's two huge wins. Well, Chris, we've got a quick check of the weather before we head out.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We don't need to worry about it. All right, thank you for joining us for News 40 at 5.